All right, welcome back. Today, guys, I am on a bit of a random one. I am in the middle of nowhere in Western Bangkok. I'm in a place called Bang Ramat, and I want to show you a few spots on a little back street that no one ever comes to. It's going to be good. So first stop on today's little back street Thai food tour is a place called Habsa Islam, and as the name suggests, they are famous around these parts for delicious Thai Muslim food. We've got Massaman Curry, we've got grilled beef skewers, we've got Thai biryani, and an array of other delicious Thai Muslim food. So without further ado, let's check out our first stop on our little backstreet Western Bangkok food tour. All right, so we've got a few different curries here. We've got Massaman Gai, Geng Thai Pa, ใช่ไหม? Fish in its curry. This is the governor. สวัสดีครับพี่ครับ อันนี้อะไรนะพี่อันนี้อะไรนะกะหรี่ไก่แกงกะหรี่กะหรี่ไก่ But this is what most people come in here for. Most people are in it for the Khao Mok Gai. So we've got Thai biryani, chicken one. They usually have beef as well, but I think the beef's run out. Neau Mat, ใช่ไหม Neau Mat. Oh, they have Neau as well. Right, so they also have Khao Mok Neau, which is beef. Okay, ครับ Lunch Habsa Islam โอเคครับเอามัสมั่นเนื้อครับเอาข้าวหมกไก่นะเอาเนื้อหยางครับเนื้อหยางมีไหมเนื้อสเต๊ะครับเนื้อสเต๊ะเอาครับท่านี้ได้ไหมโอเคอันซุปไก่เอาซุปไก่นะครับโอเคครับ Coconut milk, and they dip the skewers in there to keep them moist when they put them onto the grill. Also brush a little bit on as they're cooking. These are the skewers, these are what we've come down here for. But this place is amazing. As you can see, there is so much stuff here. She's got matabak, she's got Khlong. Like, they really have everything here. They've even got guitiao geng, so they've got Thai kung sod. Wow, they've got everything. So this is actually one of my favorites. So guitiao geng is a curried noodle soup, kind of like khao soy. Yeah, very, very good. I can't eat this much though. They've even got pad thai. Okay, so I might have slightly over-ordered for a first stop because we've still got some giant wontons to eat, hopefully. Got to go to a coffee shop. This could be my toughest test to date, but I know this place because it's round the corner from my wife's school, and I've been here a couple of times, and I was like, do you know what? Every time I come here, the food is so consistent, it's so good. This style of food, Thai Muslim food, this restaurant is hard to beat. I've eaten this all over Thailand, and I can honestly, hand on heart, say this is one of the best Thai Muslim restaurants I've been in Thailand. So let me show you exactly what I've ordered. All right, I don't know what I was thinking, guys, ordering all this food for my first stop. This could kill our second stop. All right, but what I want to show you first is Massaman. I want to show you the beef, right, and the spoon test. I don't know why I've got two spoons, but the spoon is just cut straight through the beef. Look at that. Oh, we've got some carrots, no potatoes, which is unusual. These could be sweet potatoes, actually. I will check in a sec. And a thick, rich. Look at all the spice in that curry sauce. Wow. All right. Okay, I've also ordered some Neau Satay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've already eaten 2, so that's 10. Okay, and this always comes with ajat salad, which is cucumber, chili, red onion, vinegar, and sugar. Sup Gai. So chicken soup, carrots, loads of these caramelized onions, caramelized red onions, tomato, some Chinese celery, and a really sour, limey soup. Last but not least, we've got Khao Mok Gai, which is the yellow rice, the biryani, the Thai biryani with chicken. So first off, I'm going to check the chicken, do the spoon test on the Khao Mok Gai. Oh, right, literally that's just fallen off the bone. I'll get a bit of that chicken. I'm going to get some of the rice, some of the fried onions. It's so solid here. This isn't like this is a Thai biryani. Khao Mok. Mok means to hide something, so like hide the chicken. Khao Mok Gai. Khao is rice, Mok, hide chicken. So hide the chicken underneath. And it's like their version of a biryani that we would get in the West. Like we would get, back home in England, we get like Pakistani style biryanis. This isn't that, but it's a very good dish, nevertheless. Well spiced. Sometimes it can be very heavy on the cinnamon, this dish, but this is very subtle. And the crispy fried onions on top. As you know, I like anything that involves crispy fried onions or crispy fried garlic. These are shallots, I should say, but onion shallots, what's the difference? Now the sauce is, it's like, if you haven't had this sauce before, it's like mint sauce that you would get with your lamb at roast dinner. If you're from England, you know what I'm talking about, or Scotland or Ireland. But with chili and garlic in it. It's usually very, very sweet. And this one is sweet, but it's also very, very sour, so it's quite well balanced. Some people have been commenting saying like, how can you eat that if you don't like sweet stuff? How can you eat that? I don't mind sweet things as long as it's balanced. It's not just hit you in the face with sweetness. Like I went, if you saw my Tom Yum video from yesterday, I went to Tom Yum Bang Ramat, and the last dish I got, pad holai, it was just like pure sugar. So yeah, I'm getting off topic. Right, I've almost eaten all my rice, so I was meant to save some for my Massaman, so it must be a good dish if I've eaten that much. And we're going to go on with a bit of the beef. What I thought were carrots, which are actually sweet potato, which is nice, and some of that lovely, rich curry sauce. Let's just cut through the beef now with a spoon, just so I can show you how tender that actually is. The sweet potato is a nice touch. I'm not the biggest fan of sweet potatoes. I would rather have potato in this, but the beef is absolutely insanely soft. As you'd expect from a Massaman, especially in Bangkok, it is sweet, but as I said before, I don't mind if it's rounded. Like, it's quite tart. There's a lot of tamarind in this, and it's very heavily spiced. That's a very good Massaman. I took this back last time for a couple of friends of mine that are Thai Muslim. This is the only food that they eat, Thai Muslim food. Not the only food, but it's their favourite food. And they said this was absolutely fantastic, like some of the best they've had in Bangkok. So, and I trust them far more than you should trust me. Right, next up I'm on to the chicken soup, or the Sup Gai. And this is like a classic pairing with Khao Mok Gai in Thai Muslim establishments in Thailand. Sour with lime juice, usually very salty. As I said, it's got those onions, those fried onions on top, the fried red onions sort of permeating through the soup. That's really good. Salty, sour, heavy hit of onion. I've just chewed on one of those picky new chilies, the little green ones. Yeah, it's absolutely peppered with these green and red picky new chilies. It's a very, very spicy. Usually you get these with Khao Mok. This is a very fresh dish, and it's like, it could be a Western soup. You know, you've got the carrots, onions, chicken, something like you'd eat when you're sick, but then it's the lime juice and the chilies set it apart from like any sort of Western soup that I've had. All right, and last but certainly not least, Neau Satay. So these are beef satay. I called them Neau Yang when I got in here, and she was like, we don't sell Neau Yang. So Neau Yang is grilled beef. These are beef satay. Now, usually I'm not a massive fan of satay because, I don't mind them, but they're not like the best thing in the world. But these are on another level. Heavily spiced. They've got this piece of beef fat on the bottom of each skewer, just keeping them really tender and juicy. As I said, they dip them in the coconut milk to keep them very, very moist as they're grilling. I'm going to dip into this sauce, which, as I said, looks like the Massaman sauce. I think it might just be the Massaman sauce. It is. With added peanuts, this is amazing. This is funny because I saw Chef Farang do something the other day, and he said, Massaman, satay Massaman. And a few people were like, wow, that's a bit random. But no, he was definitely onto something. So shout out to you, Chef Farang. I've struck gold the last couple of days with the places I've been, but I love coming out to these random out-the-way places. You would say, like, if you were coming here on holiday, I doubt you would ever come here if you're on vacation. If you're here for a few months and you want to experience a different side to Bangkok, we're not actually far from Khlong Lap Mayom floating market. It's literally just around the corner. So right, that is a place worth going to. And if you're going there, you might as well come here. Because if you're into Thai Muslim food, this is the one. So I'm not sure if you saw my video from Bang Ramat when I went down and did some Thai Muslim food, and I put Muslim curry in the title, and it triggered a few people, and people even like personally messaging me saying, like, why are you calling a curry Muslim? Curries don't pray 5 times a day and read the Quran, and like just like highly, highly triggered. Like, there's nothing I can do if you don't like the word Muslim. Like, if that triggered, just the word Muslim triggers you off that badly, then you should like ask yourself why that's triggering you off so badly, because it's definitely not about a curry being Muslim or non-Muslim. Like, Thai people, if you're here and you say, what kind of food is this? They say, Ahan Muslim food. Like, they don't have, there's no other name for it. So I don't know what else to call it. If I was in England, I would call it halal food, but I'm not in England, so I'm just gonna call it whatever they call it in Thailand. All right? All right, let's get on to our next stop. All right, so they've let me backstage, right? So I want to show you. We've got Geng Tai Pa, Geng Massamam, Geng Gai with the sweet potato, Nua Dad Diao, Tod Mam Pla, Panang Gai, Geng Kiao Wan, Nua, all right, beef, and the Geng Kali Nua, Satu Nua, so beef stew, Roti Matabak, Pad Hno Mai, so bamboo. Wow, they've got the lot in here. Conชื่ออะไรนะ Conชื่ออะไร Gift สวัสดีครับ ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
ครับ โอเค ได้ บ๊ายบายครับ ขอบคุณครับ Yeah, so the shop is just at the bottom of their house, and it's right on the corner of Soi Intrawat Jed, so Intrawat 7. I think I've said that right. All right, guys, so I think we've got to walk off a little bit of this food. I want to show you this temple. It's like one of the maddest temples I've seen. It's absolutely massive. There's paintings all over the walls. There's a massive like chedi. Very, very ornate, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. Like, this road that this is on, the food's on, the temple's on and stuff, doesn't actually look like Bangkok at all. Like, you could be anywhere. You could be like in the middle of nowhere up north, or in Isan in the northeast. Like, it's got that kind of feel to it. It's like really, really local, and I've never ever seen another Farang here in my life. But I just want to show you, it's quite interesting how you've got such like an ornate, beautiful temple, and like it's in no tour guides, and absolutely no one knows about it. So yeah, so I wanted to show you this temple, especially the chedi, like the stupa chedi. Is that the same thing? I think so. The pointy thing, the gold pointy thing, It kind of reminds me of a smaller version of the one in Nakhon Pathom, which I'm actually going to go and do a whole thing on Nakhon Pathom in the next couple of weeks. But check this out. So yeah, as you'd expect, everyone super, super friendly. As in all of my videos, everyone's always so friendly to me. 99% of the time anyway. Bye-bye. Tikab. Kab. 99% of the time I have had a couple of fuck-ups in my time. But yeah, this place is amazing. I've just found a little hidden restaurant on the canal. You know I love a canal side restaurant where I can get a couple of beers and feel a little trip back here coming on. But yeah, that's enough of this temple. I don't stay too long in temples. Not religious myself, I just like the way they look. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get back on the main road and I'm going to go to a giant wonton shop. You may remember, if you've been following me for a while, I did a giant tom yum wonton soup video, and that is actually at the end of this road, right at the other end. This road's about 2 kilometers long, I think. So I won't walk there, but there's another one about halfway down in an amazing new coffee shop, which is really, really, really good coffee. So I'm going to finish off there. We'll go get the giant wonton soup and then we'll finish off at the coffee shop. Okay, and then just down the road from the temple and the Muslim restaurant, and when I say just down the road, I mean a good 4-minute drive. So you probably wouldn't want to be walking this, not in the heat anyway, is a giant dumpling soup shop called Nai Bai, Kway Teow Nai Bai. So they do, as the name suggests, kway teow, so noodle soup with dumplings. Obviously, I've eaten too much. I can't handle any noodles, but I will get some fat dumplings. Oh, gyao nam kap. Gyao nam. So they do all sorts of different noodle soups in here, and they do they do fish, like fish dumplings. But I'm getting pork dumplings just in soup because I can't eat any noodles. So you're just going to get some salad, vegetables, pak bong. There's mine in there now. These big fat pork dumplings. Right, so here's the menu. All sorts of different things on here. Loads of different types of balls. They've even got like those fish noodles, where they make the actual noodles out of fish. Alright, so let's take a look at these bad boys, right? Massive, giant gyao. I'm talking twice the size, probably, of a normal gyao. Some of these have fallen apart because I've been messing about with them. But look at the size of these bad boys. Right, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a bowl. How am I going to eat 8 of these after what I just did? But my favourite thing about this shop is the condiments. Now this is going to sound a bit stupid because this is Pik Nam Som, and this is just a standard condiment on any noodle soup table, and it's got such a generic sort of flavour. It's just the same everywhere you go. But when I came in here last time, I just put a few dollops in here. I was literally like pouring it like that with the little spoon onto my spoon and eating it. And the woman walked past and was like, "Are you okay? Do you want something to go with that?" And I was like, "No, I love it." I was trying to explain to her that I was just trying to work out what was in it. So she told me it's just chili, garlic, and vinegar and some salt, touch of sugar. And they cook it down and then leave it to ferment for like 2 days. So it's like, I don't know, yeah, like fermented sour chili sauce. It's absolutely unreal. But it's not just the size of the dumplings and the chili vinegar that I like in here. The soup's really, really good. And the dumplings are just some of the best I've had. Super, super peppery, super, super fatty, and as I said, absolutely massive. Now, would I come here just to eat this soup? I would, because my wife works around the corner. But I wouldn't drive here from your side of town just to eat these. Maybe I would, you know. No, I wouldn't, because there's too many other options. But if you're in this area and you're going to go to that Muslim shop anyway, then definitely come in here and get your fix of pork, because you're not getting your pork in a Muslim restaurant. Yeah, so the owner in here, really, really nice guy. I was just chatting to him, he was telling me these are Hong Kong recipes. This is proper Chinese gyao. The inside's quite springy, like a little bit like the mordeng that I got in the video a couple of days ago. I love the Chinese greens. So the soup's super clean. That's just a top dish. All right, I don't think I can eat anymore because I just absolutely hammered that Muslim food. But this was a great way to finish off our food section of the day. Now we're going to go across the road to a new coffee shop that I've been going in quite a lot down here, and we'll sign off there with a nice latte. All right, so we're at our last stop at a place called Loading Caffeine, which I think is a really weird name for a coffee shop. It's like they're injecting you with caffeine or something. But it is a great coffee shop, a really, really good coffee. It's 90 baht, so it's on the sort of top end of what I would want to pay for a latte, but it's really, really good. It is a Guatemalan Indo Thai blend, I believe. It's a medium roast, quite sour, just the way I like it. And the reason I wanted to stop for a coffee is because I want to thank all of my donators to my Buy Me a Coffee fund. So do excuse me, I've got them written down on a piece of paper so I don't forget anyone. All right, so first off, I want to thank Rick. And the reason I want to thank Rick first is because you gave me some money towards a new piece of equipment, Rick, and I've ended up buying a new microphone. So let me know what you think, guys, of this new microphone. Daphne, very, very generous donation to the uncle on the boat. We will be giving that to him this week, and I will send you a private message with the video of that, because I don't want to put that up on social media. Eddie, Grant, David, Uni, always appreciate your support, Uni, Liao, Synergy, and Anthony, and not forgetting Pete from Harrow. So thank you so much, all of you, for your donations. You have bought me today's coffee and a lot more. It blows my mind that you guys are being so generous and supporting this channel, because without that support, there is absolutely no way I could keep this channel going, because I don't make a lot of money from this channel, especially with the adverts and stuff. I don't take any advertisement money off like private people. I've had a few people get in touch with me recently. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to keep this channel completely between us, which brings me on to my next point, that I have now just launched channel memberships on the channel. There's different pay scales and you get different perks for each scale. Like for instance, the first one you get member only live streams. So I'm going to keep the live streams members only now, I think. Member only live streams, you also get access to videos before everyone else. You get the same one perk too, but then you can do other things like send me anywhere in Bangkok to eat. And then if you take number 3, level 3, which is more expensive, then you can send me anywhere in Thailand once a month to go and eat. So if you're interested in that, head over to the membership page and maybe sign up for that if you could. If not, and you don't have the money, completely understand. All this content will continue to be free. If you could just like and share the videos, just watching the videos is completely enough. Yeah, all right guys, that's enough waffling on for today. I think I'll end the video here. I will stick links as always with directions to everywhere I ate on this street, this random West Bangkok Backstreet. I'll stick a link to the coffee shop as well, so you can come down here if you want. Thank you very much again for all your support. Keep the comments coming. I love to respond, and I will see you guys in the next one.